1985, City of London, very drab place. It was so drab that the image that the world's media used to describe the city was a shot across London Bridge in the morning rush hour, a telephoto shot so people looked really packed together. And it was men in bowler hats, rolled umbrellas, and briefcases, heads down, trudging across the bridge from London Bridge Station into the city to their place of work. They looked just like the slaves in the opening scene of Metropolis by Fritz Lang, that early silent film. They looked bloody miserable, if I might say so. And the reason is they were coming to a workplace. They were coming to somewhere where they earned their money, and that was all. And that was the image of the city, bowler-hatted men, and all men in those days virtually, coming to work in a workplace. Now, the shot they never showed you on the television was the shot at 5 o'clock in the evening, when those same bowler-hatted chaps ran back over London Bridge to the station so they could go home to the suburbs for fun. Yes, it's true. In those days, the suburbs were more fun than the City of London. Now, when I took over as chief planner, I thought we ought to do something about that. And there was a great imperative to do something about that, because the government had just announced in 1985, just before I was appointed, that financial services were going to be deregulated the following year. And that meant that the rest of the world could come and grab a slice of London if it wanted to. They could come and take part of the financial sector. They could come and deal in financial instruments and currency exchange and all of the other things that had previously been allocated purely to British companies, to British banks and British stockbrokers. So it was obvious to the City Corporation that we would need a new plan with new policies, if only to provide the space to accommodate all of these people. However, as you will all be aware, I'm sure, the City of London is the historic centre of London. It's been there for 2,000 years, ever since some drunken Romans sailed up the river and ran aground. So that's a tremendous heritage. And if you're thinking of new planning policies for a place, you destroy those mechanisms, those networks, and that heritage at your peril. After all, it's one of the greatest assets that you have. It's a 2,000-year trading history. And a 2,000-year trading history built on a very simple ingredient. The key to the city's success has always been, and will always be, gossip. I had a group of 9-year-old school children who came down from a little school in Cumbria about 18 months ago to visit London. They arrived in the city, they came into our marketing suite, and they saw a model of the City of London with a cluster of towers and the river, and their mouths open, and they looked at it, eyes wide open.